So now the next thing to do will be to reinforce these slabs. But then before you do that, you have to edit the materials to select the rebars you want, your concrete grade, your steel grade. So to do that, you go to building analysis, you select it, then you select edit materials. So first you go to concrete grade, just click select this apply to all members so that anything you are selecting is going for all members. So for normal residential buildings, the concrete grade should be C2530 according to BS 810. You see it has selected for everything. Then go for steel grades. In Nigeria, the steel grades will have normally is supposed to be 460, but then due to compromises in the market, when you get 16 it might be measuring 14 instead of 16. So you choose a lower steel grade to supplement for all those compromises. So you remember apply to all members so that it will, all the members will be going with the same steel grade. Now you edit this is column, go to the diameters of column. Normally I want my column to start from 16 then I make sure I deselect anything before here, except for 16, 20, 25. Now walls, I don't have for shear walls here. So beams, because the diameter, I want my beams to be 16 and above. So I start from 16 My slab, I want my slab to be 12 the distributions to be 12 and above. So I select 12 then I don't have any rib slab. Then foundation, this is for the footings or whatever. Here I'm using part foundation, so for the footings, so I want them to be done with 12 so I select anything before 12 I start from 12 down. Now links, all my links to be 8 so I make sure I remove every other thing, then I start from 8 10 12 and the rest. Now after I've done this, I click OK. Now I close that shot. So the next thing to do is to insert my slab strips. This is what to introduce reinforcement into these slabs. Now when using slab strips, there are things you need to know. We have at the start, you're seeing this is slab. If at the start of your strip, if your strip is starting from within a slab, now you have to choose slab. If at the start of your is a beam, that's bob, you have to go with this option. Then if the start of your is a cantilever, then you have to go with this option. The same thing goes to the end. Now if I want to run my strip, or I want to run the horizontal strips first, if I want to run my strip from here all the way to here, now I'm coming from here, so my starting point of this structure itself is beam. If I come here to, I'm ending with a beam, so I have to select bob, beam, both from start to end. Then I make sure I hold control, left click and drag. While you're holding control is for, if I leave control now, you see that this thing starts going in angles. So I want my strip to be straight, so my reinforcement to be properly placed, so I have to hold down control. Now I leave it. Now for this strip, it has created these reinforcements in this direction. Now the same thing goes. Now let's say for this I want to create a strip from here to here. Now you see that this particular strip now have covered for this place in the horizontal direction, so I don't need strip to enter here again. So that means if I start from here, I'll stop inside here. Now since I'm starting from here and here is a beam, I'll choose bob for at start from this chart, and at the end, since I'm stopping within the slab, I will choose slab. You see, now I'll come here, I hold my control, then I left click and drag, then I stop within this slab. Now you see this places my reinforcement without introducing any new reinforcement into this particular slab, since we already have this strip covering it. Now the same thing goes here. I have this slab, and this slab. Now this slab has been taken care of. If you see, this particular slab has been taken care of, so I don't need to start outside. I want to start within here. I want to start within because I'm targeting this slab and this slab. I'm targeting slab 5 and slab 6 now, so I have to start from here to here. So at the start I will choose slab, at the end I will choose slab, since I'm starting from within a slab and I'm ending within a slab. So I hold my control, then I go from here to here, and my reinforcements are created. Now then I'll create my strips again in the vertical directions. You will create your strips in both directions so that you have both the Y and the X reinforcements. So for this one I have bulb, because this is a beam and this is a beam. So I hold my control, I go down. The same thing here, I have beam and I have no, okay, I have this beam here, I have beam here, and at this end it's a slab, it's a cantilever, like there's no support at the end. So I have to use bulb at the beginning and then cantilever at the end. Because of this, there's no support here, so it's seen as a cantilever at that end. So I hold my control, I left click and drag onto here. Good. Now I want to work for this. I have this at the start, I have a beam, at the end I have a beam, so I have to go with bulb. Make sure I have bulb on. Hold my control, do my thing. Here the same thing, I have beam here, I have beam at this end, so I'll use bulb already. So with this now, the reinforcements have been placed. If you check well, you will see that from this end to this end you have 21 Y12 spacing, 250 mm. You see, now at this end you have 23 Y12 250 P1. Then for top, that's for return, this is for return, this is top bar, this is return, kind of, this is return and all. So with this now, I've placed my bars both in the vertical and in the horizontal direction using my strip. Now what do you do next after drawing your slab strip? Now you close this chart. Now the next thing to do here now is to run your building analysis. Remember, if you have 2 floors, if you have 3 floors, if you have 4 floors, you add floors, do the same thing I've just done from here, from position of column to beam to slab to strips to reinforcing them, everything like this. In one of my next videos, I'll show you how you create floors. Let's say you have 2-story building, have 3-story building, or 1-story building. I'll show you how you do it. I'll show you in the next video.